My name is Marzi Dyer. I'm a mother of 3 and a student at Washington State University's Vancouver campus. My children are getting to the age where we need to have those awkward conversations that no parent wants to have. We thought we had covered what we needed to with our oldest child until I started working on a project with Called to Rescue, an organization that fights sex trafficking.
You know that Portland and Seattle are the largest hubs, sex trafficking hubs in the entire nation.
The conversation we will have next is one I never imagined I would have with my daughter.
Statistics that we have for sex trafficking worldwide and in the United States are very staggering. 1.2 million children are missing worldwide every year, which the Department of Justice now says there are 28 million residual missing children somewhere in the world that are still being sex trafficked. It is such a big job now. It has grown to be the second largest criminal problem in the United States.
I had no idea that Seattle, Vancouver, and Portland were among the top 10 cities in the nation for sex trafficking, or that it posed a considerable risk to my children. How does a parent tell their child about sex trafficking?
I was 13 and I was walking downtown Seattle and a pimp came up to me. I didn't know he was a pimp, and he had said, "What you doing out here on a day like this?" And I was like, "Oh, trying to make some money." And he looked at me and he says, "Really? Well, let me show you." He says, "I can show you how to make some money." And he was like, "Well, smoke this. Smoke it like you smoke weed." And it was crack. And that's when he took me down to the street and said, gave me a quota. My quota was $300 a day. And I was turning $15, $20 dates in Chinatown on 7th and Jackson when I was 13 years old.
The average age of a girl taken in sex trafficking in the United States today is between 12 and 13 years old. How do these pimps get girls? What do they look for? How do they lure them in? It can be as simple as a guy going up and saying, "Hey, you're really cute, let's go get a Coke." And of course, young girls are very flattered by that. One of the main places that your child can be lured is at the mall. And the police in our area say that within 3 hours, if a girl is alone at a food court in a mall in our area, they can be taken in sex trafficking. And I've actually watched it happen in much less time than that and rescued out of that. If a pimp looks at 3 girls, if 3 girls are together in a mall and he's going to target somebody, he will not target the most beautiful one because she's too self-confident. He will not target the uglier one because she would not believe he would choose her over the other 2. He would target the middle child because she's flattered he did not choose the gorgeous one and chose her instead. So it happens in varied ways, but it's always usually pretty much the same story. Vulnerable child wants to be loved and is lured away.
My child isn't going to know or understand everything about the world of sex trafficking, and I don't want her to. What she does need to know is that it exists. What she does need to know is that it's a real danger to her, and that children go missing every day because of it. I need to teach her the difference between safe and risky behavior, so that she doesn't become one of them. I think that is what I, as a parent, need to focus on. I want to build her awareness so that she can better protect herself. We have to have another awkward conversation, and I'm not looking forward to it. But we're having it because I love her, and I want to keep her safe.
Close the door. Oh, I did it.